All right, Camilla. So I'm gonna look at this one here, okay? So what you need to know is that right here, that's Prince Robert's house, Prince Sean. Over here, that's there used to be a bus that would always park here because this is a bus driver. He used to live here. I couldn't find any pictures of the bus in there, but you have to take my word for it. There used to be a bus parked here all the time because he's a bus driver. So the bus boy in your video means this boy here that lives across from a bus driver or a bus in the driveway. That's like 100 feet across the road. There's the bus boy. That's his house, and there's the bus. So he's the bus boy in your video. So this part here, you know, right here, it says that. Okay, that's you. What have you been waiting for? Well, you got fame, you got fortune, right? Fame and fortune. Those are your only two puzzle pieces. You're missing a royal engagement. You're missing forever love, and you're missing power. You're missing three puzzle pieces. So that's your entire life. Like all young ladies, that's all they ever think about. I want to be rich. I want to be famous. I want to marry a royal prince. I want to find forever love, and I want to be powerful. Those are five things that all girls want. So that's you, right? That's what you want. You've been waiting for this moment your entire life. Now over here, so what's missing, right? If there's a piece missing, you got fame, you got fortune. Um, did you finally find your missing piece, Camilla? You know, forever love, royal engagement, and power. You finally found your three missing pieces. That's what it actually means. So over here, like, that's you. Do you know that there's a creator, Camilla? Do you know that there's a creator now? Hey, congratulations on your royal engagement. Congratulations on getting those other missing puzzle pieces. So, you'll notice that this guy looks, very similar to, Sean and Nicholas. Not saying that exactly, but there's a little resemblance there. So that Sean, this is his spirit working through you to create the video to let you know that he needs his queen, or his fiance to look like Queen Camilla, consort. Now this one's a little bit more trickier. Okay, so you see the heart there? So there's a red wine stain there. And then there's a little note there. Okay. See, it says here, it says, where's my car? So we have to go back to the other one over here. I don't know, his dad's like an avid car collector. I mean, he buys cars and then he fixes them up. So all of those are cars, right? So you gotta add that over here. Where's my car? Right? Basically is what that means. So right there, that one there. This one. That's it. That's his place. Over here, right here, this driveway right here, that's my ex. Ex is that's my mother-in-law's. So my ex, they call her Sherry Wine. She's always had that name, Sherry Wine. So the proximity of Sherry Wine, my first love, because I had a crush on her when I was a young lad. Right there, that proximity of the house to my first love, Sherry Wine, means that the wine stain here is Sean. He's destined to be your first forever love. That's what the wine stain means. The wine stain means Sherry Wine. The proximity over here to his place means first love or crush. So it's a representation of Sean handing you his information, which I just showed you in the previous video. You need to get a hold of me. You need to get a hold of him because it's very important that he feels relief from his heartbreak. He feels like there's somebody there to catch him. Right now, there's nobody there to catch him, so he's not going to let go of mother. He's going to hang on to her until, everybody gets dragged down. You're the only one that can save everyone from getting dragged down. So, if we go over here, you got that part there. It's like, all right, it must be a great guy. There's that. There's the busboy there, right? Or that guy that lives here across from the bus driver, right there. Used to be a bus park right there, so he's the busboy. So this here to talk, and these two girls are always telling this one to be quiet. So it's like, I really like his smile. So I'm assuming you must have liked that smile, and there's kind of a smirk on him, right? Like when you seen him. But I'm assuming it means that you're gonna creep his profile. In some of those profile pictures, he's smiling. So I can tell Sean that she's gonna creep you, and she's gonna like your smile. So we're getting somewhere. You need to see what I can see, Camila. You need to see what I can see, Sean, so that you can take comfort in knowing that it's true. It's not, when somebody says you get to be with a celebrity such as Camila Cabello, you just can't take my word for it, right? You say, well, right, whatever, man. Just because you gotta see what makes you believe that I'm supposed to be that. Well, busboy is the big clue, Sean. That red wine stain is a big clue. All right? So, the video is about you and her. Whoever she's with now, I'm assuming if she's with somebody, she's gonna, leave them to be with you. So, now, the liar. There you go, making me, a liar. I'm not a liar. I only speak the truth, So, there's a certain attachment to being Satan the deceiver. I'm not Satan the deceiver, Camila. I'm Anthony the honest. So I'm not the liar in this story. I'm the one who speaks the 100% truth. So the red wine stain represents, that guy that turned water into wine, walked on water. You love that guy there. You love him. Who turned water into wine and who walked on water. So there's a great deal of hesitancy, right? Because that's all you've ever known is that story. And in that story, Satan is a deceiver or a liar. But you need to know that I'm none of those. I speak the 100% honest truth of what happened with me in that other book. It's very disturbing in terms of what I had to do to save everyone here. But you need to know that, I may have done that, but I'm not that person. It was a undercover investigation that needed to take place so I could secure information from spirits that are conducive to our survival. So it's like an undercover police officer. Just because he infiltrates a criminal organization, and then he goes back to his job afterwards, does that make him a criminal? Or does it make him a police officer? My activities were criminal. But as a police officer, I'm a police officer first and foremost. You need to look at it from that perspective. And you might be able to, grasp your destiny. So, I'm done my investigation is what I'm telling you. I'm not that person anymore that's in that other book. I'm the police officer who's now sitting at the desk telling his story about, the investigation that went down. I'm not a liar. You need to believe me when I tell you that. I'm not a deceiver. I'm Anthony the honest. So, the question becomes, who do you love, Camila? That guy that turns water into wine, or do you love this new father who's trying to give you the world?